spent the last 2 days dealing with defining whether numbers are prime or composite, and then finding the prime factorization of those numbers. So today we're going to start looking at greatest common factor and least common multiple. Now the question comes about of, well, what is GCF? GCF is a number or variable that goes into two or more numbers evenly. And well, that's the first part we're going to take a look at today. The second part is going to be LCM, which, if you remember, GCF is greatest common factor or biggest factor that is shared between two or more terms. A multiple is going to be that product of a number and any whole number. So, for instance, the multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc., etc. Then we will use multiple to find LCM, or least common multiple, which least, here we mean smallest, so the smallest value that two or more terms go into evenly. So now that we have these terms, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple different methods for finding GCF and LCM. Our first method is to use the factor trees that we used yesterday. And so we know, for instance, I know that 6 breaks down into 2 times 3, and 8 breaks down into 4 times 2, with 4 being 2 times 2. So to find the GCF, we'd say, well, 6 is 2 times 3, and 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. So then I say, well, I see that I have a pair of 2's in common. I don't see anything else that's in common between the two, therefore my GCF is 2. To find the LCM, I take that what's in common, and I multiply that also by everything else. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, because I take this as 1, and then here, here, and here. So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, times 3 is 24. One of the big things that I'm seeing with a lot of you still is that you're saying 2 times 2 times 2 is 6. Looking at the next example, we have 12 and 24. 12, I know, breaks into 3 times 4, and 4 into 2 times 2, which means that I have 2 times 2 times 3 for the prime factorization. 24, I can do 6 and 4. 6 breaks into 2 and 3, 4 into 2 and 2, which means I have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So then when I'm taking a look at what I have in common, I see I have a pair of 2's, I have another pair of 2's, and I have a pair of 3's. So I have 2 times 2 times 3, which gives me 12 for my GCF. Now for my LCM, I then have to take that 12, or the 2 times 2 times 3, times the other 2 to get 24, because I need to take what's left over. Now, the biggest thing I see here is people getting confused about what to take and what not to take for GCF versus LCM. So in the next video, I'm going to show you another method that's, for me, I feel is a lot easier to understand.